Говорите, третья палуба. Ну, давай посмотрим. Это ж по-любому там. Хотя, что так тихо? Ну-ка, секунду. Да нет, нормально. Что-то не то. Ну, вот, более-менее.
Joker, what's that sound?
Fire extinguishers, Commander. Could be an electrical fire or something.
I'm going in. Edie, talk to me.
Там и так ни хера не видно, нахер ты усугубляешь.
Is there a particular topic you wish to discuss, Shepard?
Edie?
Yes.
You're in Dr. Eva's body.
Not all of me, but I have control of it. It was not a seamless transition.
A transition? You blacked out on us for a while there.
Correct. When we brought this unit on board, I began a background process to search for its information on the Prothean device. This eventually triggered a trap. A backup power source and CPU activated, and the unit attempted physical confrontation. Fortunately, I was able to gain root access and repurpose it as I saw fit. During this process, it struggled. Thus the fire.
Edie, you need to alert us about incidents like this. You shouldn't have done this alone.
Bringing the crew up to speed would have been counterproductive. All attempts to help would have been limited by reaction time.
So if you're in there, are you still in the ship?
I exist primarily within the ship. For optimal control, this unit should remain within Normandy's broadcast or tight beam range.
Are you planning to take that body somewhere?
Normandy's weaponry is not suited to every combat situation. This platform could provide limited fire ground support.
You mean you could come with us?
Correct. This body could accompany you to areas the Normandy cannot reach.
Before we do that, I need you to guarantee this mech doesn't have any more surprises in it. Run whatever tests you can. Then we can talk about using it in combat situations.
One moment. I am running trials. Complete. I can send you a full report if you wish. However, my first step should be restoring functionality to the Normandy to reassure the crew that all is normal.
Just don't be surprised if the crew is a little wary of your new body. It was shooting at them a little while ago.
An excellent point. I will take it to the bridge. Joker will also want to see it.
On that we can agree.
Ну да. Это все приколы на сегодня. Ну тогда я пойду обратно. Так. Ну-ка, подожди. У меня ж теперь новая пушка, да? Угу, гадюка. Один это не очень. Давай. Вот это. Урон, боезапас. Так. Что там дробовик-то? Какой у меня? Ятаган? Ятаган, да. Юрикен 2. Все остальное по 2. Один ятаган, один, да. 3000, блять, так жалко. Мститель или защитник? Давай, наверное... Давай еще защитника возьмем. Пока на этом все. Так, тут ничего нового, да, скорее всего. Угу. Увеличивает урон от ближнего боя. Ну, блядь, такое. Пробивать объекты. Стабильность ствола. Боезапас. Херня и моделька. Кстати, подожди-ка, я находил... Для тебя? Да, для тебя. Блин, не то. Ага. Ага, боезапас на 60%. А ну-ка, это что такое? Угу. К сожалению, не то, чтобы была возможность. Нет, стоит, значит, все правильно. Что весит дохуя? Ну, вот дробовик можно было, допустим, уменьшить как-нибудь его вес. Тут можно было, если бы было, блядь. Тут, к сожалению, вес не уменьшишь. Тут ни хера нет. Как здорово. Ладно, поехали. Надо в путь отправляться. Давай.
Commander, are you all right? It was fairly intense up here. I can only imagine what it was like down on that moon.
I thought you'd be more concerned about Edie.
Edie is a huge asset to this team. If she'd told me about her plan to obtain a body, I'd have volunteered to help.
I do not wish to force a conflict of interest between our friendship and your duty.
I'd have preferred a conflict of interest to a hard restart of half our systems. But thanks, regardless. While you're here, though, I found something while scanning Alliance channels. Grissom Academy is requesting help. The Reaper invasion front will hit them soon.
I thought the war would close most schools.
Grissom Academy is more specialized than a normal school. It's home to some of the smartest students humanity has to offer. Their Ascension project helps gifted young biotics. If it had been open 20 years ago, I bet you'd have been there. It's not an average school. They might even be doing work for the Alliance.
What can we do?
A Turian evac transport responded to their distress call, so normally I'd say we don't need to do anything. But something sounded off in the Turian signal. I had Edie perform an analysis. It's fake. Edie thinks it's Cerberus. She said the fake Turian signal was similar to the one that lured you to a collector ship?
Long story.
In any event, whoever faked the signal wants us to think Grissom Academy's being evacuated. But I believe they're still in danger.
Good catch.
If this really is Cerberus, hopefully this operation is something worth investigating. It could be simple disinformation.
Trainer. Good catch.
Thank you, Commander.
Раздевайся. Есть сообщение? Ё-моё, до хера. О, Ария. Шепард, нужно поговорить о важном деле, только наедине. Я все организую. Пока давай встретимся на Цитадели в Чистилище. Подходящее название. Могу тебе помочь в твоей войне. Капитан, на Цитадели работает ученый Альянса доктор Гаррет Брайсон. Нужно, чтобы вы встретились с ним и поговорили. Доктор Брайсон получил новую важную информацию о жнецах, которая может повлиять на ход войны. Я официально поручаю вам при первой же возможности помочь ему в работе. Пожалуйста, посетите лабораторию Брайсона на Цитадели. Это правильный адрес, Шепард. Я звонил и посылал письма, но ответа не дождался. Не знаю, дойдет ли это письмо. Узлы связи на Земле больше не работают. До меня дошел слух, что на Цитадель прибыла Нормандия. Ты вообще жив? Я сейчас в больнице Гуэрта. Поступил сюда под именем Танор Нуара. Прошу прощения за псевдоним и шифрованное письмо, но при моей профессии иначе нельзя, тем более раз я нездоров. Нам нужно встретиться, прежде чем обстоятельства вновь нас разлучат. Тейн, ты же знаешь, я не отвечаю на письма. У меня отсутствует кнопка ответа. Отправитель неизвестен. Капитан, меня зовут Йоднумбау. Я из спецкорпуса тактической разведки. Угу. Хотя кое у кого остаются сомнения касательно ваших прошлых дел с Цербером, многие из нас в Спектр серьезно отнеслись к вашим предостережениям насчет жнецов. Я вышел на связь с вами, потому что располагаю информацией, которая может привести на сторону жнецов-агентов со значительным весом в политике. Буду признателен, если вы найдете время встретиться со мной в посольстве Цитадели, не привлекая лишнего внимания. Угу. Эшли Уильямс, капитан, не знаю, как и сказать. Удин хочет, чтобы я стал Спектром. Знаю, это безумие. Я небольшая поклонница Удины, но организовать назначение в Спектра он реально может. Он настаивает на ответе, но я не знаю, что ему сказать. Мне из постели-то еще рано выбираться, а тут такое. Я сказала ему, что подумаю над предложением. Если окажешься рядом с Цитаделью, зайди в больницу навести меня, я тут совсем рехнусь от скуки. Шепард, у меня какие... Что, настолько не терпится, что ли? Отправь третье сообщение, чтобы я понял, что это точно важно. Ну, мало ли. Ну, давай в Цитадель, что-то там до хера, кто хочет со мной встретиться. Почему бы и нет? Так, я скорее всего заправился. Не помню, если честно. Но обычно я о таких вещах сразу... Спасти курсантов. Дипломатики. Встретиться с тем, встретиться с этим, встретиться тут, встретиться там. Ну, погнали. По цитадели пошароемся. Чуть-чуть. Доктор Брайсон, Ария Тлуак. Тейн совсем, да, видимо, слег. О. Давай, доктор Брайсон. Даже так?
I want you to match this against all known locations and update the map. Then contact the field teams for a progress report.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Commander Shepard. We've been expecting you. Just a moment. And Hadley? Could you gather the Leviathan data for us? Apologies, Commander. The rest of my team is out investigating leads right now. I'm Dr. Garrett Bryson, and this is Task Force Aurora.
What's your assignment?
Our mandate is to investigate legends, rumors, old stories about the Reapers before anyone knew they existed.
That's an interesting goal. But is anyone doubting the Reapers exist these days?
The Alliance is still desperate for intelligence. Reaper motives, their operational tactics. Anything that can give us an edge.
And how did you wind up in charge?
When the rest of the galaxy says something doesn't exist, I take that as a chance to prove that it does.
So you're in it for the challenge?
For the truth. Even as late as 2148, humanity still thought aliens were a myth. That was within my lifetime. Once that myth was proven to be reality, our entire history changed.
Reapers were part of that reality too.
But even they have a history, Commander. If we could just uncover it, there may be a weakness we can exploit.
Could have used your help 3 years ago.
Yes. If people had paid more attention to your Prothean beacon, we might not be in this war. But now with new information we've uncovered, a breakthrough's near. Hadley, do you have the data?
No!
This is Commander Shepard. I need C-Sec at my location, now!
You shouldn't be here. The darkness can't be breached.
Transit records show his name is Derek Hadley. He's worked here for a couple months.
Shepard, I monitored a C-Sec alert from this location. Were you harmed?
I'm fine. But I could use your help sorting this out, Edie. Take a look through their files. I need to know what this task force was up to.
At once.
What? What's happening?
You tell me.
I was gathering our data when you arrived, and then it was dark. Cold. Like I was someplace else.
And then?
I don't know! A gun was in my hand. Dr. Bryson, there was a loud noise.
That was you shooting him.
I didn't do it, it wasn't me! You have to believe that.
So someone else pulled that trigger?
But I would never do that!
Commander, this does resemble reports of indoctrination.
Indoctrination? Me?
What about that Leviathan Bryson mentioned? How does that tie in?
It's some kind of creature. Our field teams have been tracking it. That artifact came in from our researcher, Garneau. He sent an audio log if you wanna...
What's wrong?
Turn back.
What are you talking about?
The darkness cannot be breached.
Damn it. Get him over to the clinic. See if they can tell us what's wrong with him.
Yes, sir.
Commander, you'll want to see this. It's an outgoing message from Dr. Bryson to Admiral Hackett.
Dr. Bryson, you have an update? Admiral, the Leviathan of Dis that we've been investigating, I think we're really onto something. Give me the brief. About 20 years ago, the Batarians discovered a Reaper corpse that had died in battle. They covered it up and denied it ever existed. But I'm intrigued by the larger implication. What could have Reaper in the first place. Exactly. That's the real Leviathan. It's worth pursuing. Continue your investigation and update me on the progress.
There is also a follow-up message from a few weeks later.
Admiral, the Reapers are shadowing my field teams as if they're hunting Leviathan themselves. Whatever it is, I believe Leviathan is nothing less than a Reaper killer. Almost an apex predator, and it has them nervous. If we could just find it, imagine the impact on the war. I'm formally requesting assistance in tracking it down. You'll have it. This is now your top priority, Doctor. Find that thing.
It appears we were meant to be that assistance.
Anything capable of killing a Reaper could do a lot of collateral damage.
Yet given the state of this conflict, I believe the saying, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend," may be relevant.
But we won't know unless we can find it.
Bryson's assistant did say they recently received a log from their field researcher. It may yield more information.
This must be the artifact the assistant mentioned. And here's the log.
Dr. Bryson, it's Garneau. I'm sending you an artifact I found. About the only thing I found there, in fact. Maybe it's nothing, but I'd swear Leviathan came through here. I'm gonna crunch some numbers. Burn up the rest of this project travel allowance. Maybe I can project our Reaper killer's movements. I'll check in when I get to the next site.
Garneau appears to be our best lead to track Leviathan, but he does not state a destination.
Let's focus on what he does say then.
He mentioned extrapolating Leviathan's path.
And crunching numbers. He wasn't flying blind. He had data.
A significant amount of data, judging by this office.
So how do we narrow it down?
Bryson and his colleagues evidently used a galaxy map search program in their hunt for Leviathan. It may help us locate Garneau.
Свериться с картой галактики. Это что за херь? Да.
Does this tell us where
Голова
Garneau went?
профессора Доуэля, блядь.
But
Жива
we
как
may be able
никогда.
to narrow down his location.
Или как там его зовут?
Find clues he was using in his search for Leviathan.
Лет 20 назад, блядь, только эту книжку открывал. Отыскать лабораторию. Каким образом? Ну, вон, вон. Вон. Мем с Ди Каприо. Вон, 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 видишь? Или как вы хотите, чтобы я отыскал? Можно я домой пойду, а? Че? Теперь какая-то так.
These are all murders in which the accused lacked a known motive and claimed memory loss.
Just like Bryson's assistant. You think Garneau was following a trail of blackout crimes?
It is possible. We need to find data matching dates and locations for crimes of this nature.
Here's the time and date chart for the crimes. Can you filter for murders where the killer claimed memory loss?
Adding the search filter, you may examine the results on the Galaxy Map program.
Sir, this is Bryson. We know the Reapers are after Leviathan. Studying Reaper hunting patterns could be vital to finding it.
That data is classified top secret, Dr. Bryson. If it falls into the wrong hands...
It won't. The data's encrypted. I'll keep the decryption key safe. Close to my heart.
Close to his heart. What the hell does that mean?
The
Да,
Reaper
нащупаем.
activity is encrypted, per Bryson's statement in the log.
He said he was keeping the decryption key close to his heart. Sovereign, vanguard of our destruction. How's that working out for you, big guy? Loch Ness Monster?
Plesiosaur.
Loch Ness Monster is more interesting.
Interesting and non-existent.
КПК. Тарианин. Форма жизни, обнаруженная на Ферросе, позволит взглянуть на эволюционный путь по-настоящему инородных форм жизни. В отличие от известных нам разумных существ, он не пользуется ретрансляторами массы, даже британские артефакты его бы не заинтересовали. Капитан Шепард заявляет, что жнецы направляли эволюцию живых существ в предсказуемом направлении при помощи созданных ими технологий. Тарианин исключение из этого правила, он использует только органические структуры в качестве инструментов. Если бы Левиафан так долго оставался незамеченным, то он должен быть чем-то с ним схож. Тарианин контролирует разум своих жертв, заставляя им заниматься физическим трудом, как человек пользовался бы собственными руками. Капитан Шепард утверждает, что жнецы поступают также при помощи так называемого одурманивания. Схожим образом должен действовать и Левиафан. Но может быть...
Bryson was tracking unexplained creature sightings.
Bryson was not merely tracking sightings. He was attempting to extrapolate a course.
And Garneau could have been following that course. Edie, can you add a search filter for systems along that projected path?
Adding this search filter to the galaxy map.
Фильтр добавлен. Но это все еще далеко от его сердца, да?
Looks like data on the Rachni.
March 7th, 2186. I'm looking at the Rachni. Their movements during the Rachni Wars suggest alien influence. But the timing is wrong. And Rachni weren't implanted with Reaper tech. What if Leviathan was preparing the Rachni to fight the Reapers?
What do you think, Edie?
It is possible that Bryson's team is using ancient Rachni fleet activity to find Leviathan. We saw a data pad containing data on Rachni movements earlier. It may be relevant.
By Anne Bryson. Age 9.
У него дочь была.
Records indicate Anne is now 28.
Ну, в смысле, была.
She works for the Alliance.
Bryson was keeping the encryption key close to his heart. What's closer than family?
An interesting hypothesis, but I detect no trace of the decryption key in this art.
А в этом?
Another piece of Anne Bryson's childhood art.
Wait a minute. Well, take a look at that.
I can use these numbers to construct a decryption key.
All right, let's get back to the data pad we found earlier.
Dr. Bryson, per your request, I'm clearing Task Force Aurora.
К чему, говорит, вернемся? Что я задумался.
Regarding the Leviathan of Dis.
The Rachni data.
You add a
Да-да-да.
cross-reference for locations of sightings?
Adding the search filter now.
Бля, чё ж ты сразу-то не добавила? Так, ну что?
Activity.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
То есть не относящиеся к делу, да?
Blackout crimes?
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
А это херь.
Alien sightings.
Бля, это
No
многовато.
results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Ну, Рахни мы убираем.
Based on the search results, Garneau is in one of these 5 systems.
Ну,
I have marked the Normandy map with possible locations. We can leave now, unless you wish to further narrow the search.
не, я бы это уменьшил. Что-то 5 систем это дохера. Хотя бы до 3 уменьшить-то можно.
Decryption complete. Analyzing data. These movements do not match the standard invasion pattern. The Reapers are searching for something.
And I'll bet Garneau used this intel. Can you make a search filter for it?
Adding it now.
Активность жнецов добавлена.
Reaper
Ну-ка.
activity?
О,
3 possibilities.
а можно как-то до 1 это уменьшить? Это, по-моему, до хера, конечно, я прошу, но вдруг. Вот тут я, кстати, не смотрел. Пулемет, да.
Meteorite fragment, maybe?
He was studying it as an object of importance. We should look more closely at a sample.
Давай.
Meteorite sample. With traces of element 0. Would Leviathan need ESO?
While it is not consumed as fuel during FTL travel, Element 0 will decay after several centuries of active use. If Leviathan is old enough, it would need to replenish its supplies.
Okay. Can you give me a search filter for locations with element 0?
Во,
Doing so now.
вот чего не хватало. Сейчас, походу, до 1 уменьшим. Так. Угу.
Element 0 deposits.
Есть.
We have a match, marking the galaxy map.
Good. Let's go find Garneau.
Пошли. Сразу полетим? Вернуться на Нормандию. Нет, я... в док. Давно я там не был, мало ли что там изменилось. Потом в больницу, потом уже в президиум. Потом уже полетим куда-нибудь еще. Ну, может, и горно поищем, раз уж мы начали в эту сторону копать. Че это? А? Подожди. Я не помню, есть ли смысл сюда вообще заходить. Но тут вроде как все по-старому. Ну да. Делать тут особо нечего. Эти 6 кадров пролетающих, конечно. Давай в больницу. Стилище можно заглянуть, но я боюсь, что Ария меня утащит куда-нибудь, не спрашивая. Равин?
I found this metagel formula and figured you could make good use of it.
Where did you find this?
М.
Never mind, it doesn't matter. Yes, we can put this to good use. Thank you.
Да не за что. Там не ожидал.
Tasteless to call this place Huerta Memorial.
President Huerta died of a stroke 2 years ago, ma'am.
I think you meant to say the man was dead for an hour and a half and his political enemies piled on enough propaganda to get the hospital name changed.
He can't remember his own name without the BI in his head telling him what it is. Trust me, in this building, we know dead.
The Supreme Court says he's alive.
5 justices say he's alive. 2 of them appointed by him. The name is what it is.
It's completely tasteless to call this place Huerta Memorial.
President Huerta died of a stroke 2 years ago, ma'am.
I think you meant to say the man
Не
was dead
понимаю,
for
в
an hour
чем
and a half
спор.
and his political enemies piled on
Ну
enough
давай
propaganda.
посетители.
What's going on here?
Ma'am, I'll cut you a deal. You buy us 90 million credits worth of life-saving equipment, and you can name the hospital whatever you want.
Now the truth comes out. My job here is done.
И как я решил эту проблему? А что за херь? Подожди, вот это надо. Это я беру. Это необходимая херовина. Так, где-то у вас тут Тейн валяется. Скорее всего, он валяется...
Trying to place a call to Grissom Academy. They have biotic amp interfaces. I may be able to
Мгм.
Listen to me, those prototypes are
Тут точно ничего нет, да?
biotic upgrades to
Мгм.
fight the Reapers.
You can replace my leg, right?
Блядь, где он? Он же писал, что он здесь. Или у меня галлюцинации?
I'd like an answer, Lieutenant Commander. The galaxy has need of exceptional soldiers like you, now more than ever.
I still need time. You'll have my answer soon, I promise.
I look forward to it. Shepard?
Udina, I got your email. Made your decision yet?
On becoming a Spectre? Not yet. It's an honor and all. But I don't know. I need to think about it some more.
It's a big decision. Smart to give it some thought. How are you doing?
Good, considering. The nurse said you checked in on me earlier. Still out cold, I guess.
We didn't have time to talk. I thought maybe if you were up for it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure you wanted to. You were pretty clear on Mars about where things stood.
What do you mean?
You're not a part of Cerberus anymore. Case closed. Full stop.
It's the truth.
Okay. You cut all ties. I accept that. It's just that if you're giving me orders, I need to be able to count on you.
Блядь.
That works both ways. It's a damn mess out there. All we've got is the people around us. We have to trust each other or this doesn't work. Deal?
Deal.
Ну, бывай.
When you're back on your feet, we'll talk some more.
Shepard, wait. There's one more thing. I wasn't sure if I should mention it.
What is it?
I have family back on Earth. I haven't heard from them. It's making me crazy. But I know you're busy, Shepard. We can talk later.
I've got time to talk. Who's back on Earth?
Mom plus my 3 sisters. The youngest, Sarah, was away on her honeymoon. Married a military man, Thomas. He got called back in and she was stuck alone. She called me. It's been pretty tough.
I imagine.
I was always there to protect them growing up. Even when I was off on tour, they knew they could talk to me. I told her to come to the Citadel. We could wait for news together.
Have you heard anything about Earth?
We have reports coming all the time on what's going on. Half are wild speculation, and half are probably too optimistic to be true.
We have to believe that we can do something.
When I thought you were dead, I lost hope. I'm telling you. But when you came back, I was ready to believe anything. I mean, maybe this problem can't be solved by some grunt shooting the boogeyman in the face. But if you think it might help, I'm game.
That sounds more like the Ash I know. We can't afford to be at each other's throats. If we plan on getting through this, we need to trust each other.
I was trying to keep the family stuff to myself, to be professional. I don't know how you managed to keep it all together.
I have my moments, believe me.
You know, I'm glad to hear it.
I didn't hear from you while I was a guest of the Alliance.
I couldn't face you, even when Anderson requested my presence. It was difficult.
It's okay. We're both professionals. We have more important things to worry about.
You're right. I'm just restless laying here doing nothing.
So, what's all this Lieutenant Commander business?
Seems like the old Williams curse is losing its grip. Was sure I'd top out at gunnery, Chief.
You've worked hard. You deserve it.
I thought so too. Until Eden Prime. Losing 212 was... well, you know.
It was the Reapers, Ash. You did the best you could, and survived to help us.
Just losing everyone under my command, it's tough to face. I'll never forget any of them.
Right now, we need you back on your feet.
I'll be back. And first order of business is to shove their metal tentacles right up there. I mean, I'll fight with honor and courage, sir.
Roger that, Elsie. I should get back to it. Take care of yourself.
You too, Shepard.
Да-да, где Тейн, блядь? Я сюда ради него приперся. Знакомое лицо увидеть. Рептилячье. Он, сука, где-то скрывал. А, вон он. Он там и в прошлый раз стоял. Что делаешь?
Commander Shepard, when I heard Earth was under attack, I tried to call. I never got through.
Thane, good to see you staying in shape.
My disease kills slowly. With enough care and a healthy lifestyle, it can be delayed for a few years. Of course, my allotted time has come and gone. Now I exercise because it pleases me. What are you doing here?
Visiting a friend who got hurt protecting me. Ashley.
The dark-haired human woman in intensive care. She will be starting physical therapy with my class soon.
That's her.
If she means something to you, then I will help how I can. As long as she is here, consider her under my protection.
I appreciate it, Thane.
Да не обязательно.
I am near the end of my life. It is a good time to be generous. Keprel syndrome has put most of my other plans on hold.
Are you in a lot of pain?
At times. The oxygen transfer proteins don't form correctly. Your human equivalent would be
Шепард как на толчке
hemoglobin. As a
сидит.
result, my blood is low in oxygen. No matter how much I breathe in, I get tingling, numbness, and that is the best of it. As for my brain, I cannot track the damage. I just experience dizziness from time to time.
Do you know how much time you have left?
I've been to several doctors. My favorite gave me 3 months to live. 9 months ago. It's freeing to find no requirements placed on me. No responsibilities. No fears. It is a good end to a life.
Are you in a lot of pain?
At times.
Я же не с той стороны иду.
I'm back on the Normandy on an important mission. Sure could use you.
I would not be as I was before. I need daily medical attention. And if I know you, you will want to fight the Reapers somehow. You need the best at your side. And I am not at mine.
You don't have to wrestle down Krogan and break their necks. I'm sure we could find you lighter work.
I am at peace with what I've done in my life, Shepard. There comes a time when one must rest from war and conflict. It is not your time, but it is mine.
I wish the best for you, Thane.
And I for you. Do not grieve for me. I have good doctors. My son visits regularly. Perhaps we will keep up via the extranet now that you are free. Until we meet again, Shepard.
Давай.